Elk Madness. What a fitting title for a production such as this. I don't know that we could have named it any better. There's something that's just magnetic about hunting these huge, beautiful, and magnificent creatures. When you consider an 800 or 900 pound animal coming in, charging the call, coming to the call, you control the scene. That's why we called it madness, because there's something mad about it. They're more elusive than a whitetail. They'll come to a call just like a wild turkey, so you really have the best of both worlds right in one. And we feel like we have the best of all elk hunting right in this production. So sit back and relax. And I think before it's over, you're going to find out why we entitled it Elk Madness.
Exciting thing that drives me wild about elk hunting is hearing them old bulls a-bawling and a-bugling, lip bawling, growling, cows squealing, calf calling lost. That gives you that punch to get up in the morning. And then you get out there, you got your body all beat up, the old bull heads around that hill, you get one more breath of air, you keep right on going. I'll tell you, if you never tried it, you get out there and hear them bulls bugling, you'll be hooked, and you'll come back every year. Because there's nothing like it, elk hunting in the Rocky Mountains.
I think the thing that drives me the most mad about elk hunting is the unbelievable excitement and the rush that comes over you when you have an animal that big, that close to you. It's a lot like having a big gobbler or calling a big gobbler in close, except for this gobbler weighs 800 or 900 pounds. It's just an unbelievably exciting feeling to have an animal that big, that close.
You know, what drives me mad about elk hunting is the challenge of keeping up with the herd, staying with them, getting in close to a bull. And when he bugles, it'll make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. That is the most exciting thing about elk hunting, and it'll also get you in shape. What drives me mad about elk hunting is you come out here to this vast mountain range and you're trying to call a bull to within bow range. You have a bull coming into you, he's mad, his eyeballs are just bloodshot, he's foaming at the mouth, and man, when he gets into 20 yards and rips a tree apart and lets out a bugle that just vibrates you, it's a feeling like no other I've ever experienced.
I know it's gonna be a long time until I miss a bow season out here in the Colorado Rockies. What a beautiful place.
Over the years, we at Drury Outdoors have been blessed with the opportunity to hunt some of the premier bow spots in North America. There's a saying that we have around here that goes, a bow hunter is only as good as their spot. In the production you're about to view, we prove this saying time and again. As it seems, we may have discovered the elk honey hole of all honey holes, Red Feather Outfitters, just outside of Walden, Colorado. If you don't believe me, stick around. The day we arrived, I met with Red Feather's owner and manager, Arnie Schlottman, to take a bird's eye look at his operation. Man, is it nice to get back out in these mountains. It must be rough living out here all the time, huh?
Oh, we managed to make it.
Arnie, we've been talking on the phone all year, basically. How many acres did you tell me that you controlled all total?
Our leases control about a little over 13,000 acres.
Wow, all private.
All private property. Yeah.
And managed, right?
And managed. We have a five-point restriction on our hunts.
Super. That's good. So you're probably growing some pretty good bulls as far as Colorado's concerned.
Yes, we are.
You know, because there's a lot of states, you take Arizona and New Mexico, they're known for their big bulls, but really this little pocket that, with the management program that you got going, you're starting to get some good ones coming off of it.
That's our goals.
Now, is all this yours, or what all is?
This is state forest up here to our left. Our ranches start right down here in these bottoms, just off to the left of the bottoms a little bit. These willow bottoms and go all the way around here. This comprise of 5 different ranches.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And the one that we're going to be hunting a lot, the Enos, you
That's
talked
the
about
Enos
that
Ranch right over here, yeah. That's I've been scouting that the last few weeks now, and there's some good-looking bulls in there.
Super. And then this particular hill?
This is Custer Mountain here, we call this. We got the Gould Ranch over there a little bit further south, and we got Connor Creek over back here to our north.
Fantastic. I can't wait. Let's go take a closer look at some of
Okay.
this. This looks awesome. After a full year of waiting in anticipation of this hunt, myself, Steve, Jay, and Don were ready to get out and see some of Red Feather's 5 ranches. Unfortunately, our first evening out, a very early season winter storm was brewing. It turned into the first snowfall of the season. The more OA blew his Dominator bull call, the harder it would snow. And snow and snow. It seemed as if this cold, damp snow had an ill effect on the elk. We hunted hard all evening, but not a bugle was heard. As with most September snowstorms, this one was short-lived. And for the rest of the trip, the sun was out in full force. The following morning dawned clear and cold. Steve was finding out that the sun wasn't the only thing out in full force.
right cow calling. And the reason why I keep moving is because the elk, the bulls are like in one spot and another, and I'm trying to maneuver in between them. Hopefully it'll work, and I'll get a shot at it.
It wasn't long until Steve found himself in the middle of an entire herd of elk. He continued maneuvering until he was in position for the first opportunity of the trip. He wouldn't stop when I tried cow calling. Shot just went right behind him. Hey, I can see elk out through there. I think the bull's with her. Yeah, he's right behind her right there. There's two of them. Okay, why don't you stay back here and I'll go on up further, closer to the edge. I'll just go real quietly to the right. I think you're right over here if you can. You stay back here and try and pull him out. I'll do what I can. Big bull's just keeping a watch over his herd. If we get down here, it'll be a miracle, but right now, this is the way we're gonna have to do this. Is just get right in the middle of them. There's one thing for sure. If a bull elk could see like a wild turkey, I don't know that anyone would ever kill one. Steve was finding out that by combining patience with a good wind direction, he could ease to within 60 yards of this bull and cows. All total, this bull actually bred 2 different cows a total of 3 different times over a 20-minute period. This is one of those many unique times that really makes it worthwhile to be outdoors enjoying the great sport of bow hunting.
Oh, hey. What a hunt. I'm thirsty. Want some water?
No, I don't need that.
Well, I'll tell you, words can't describe what I just witnessed. The herd bull?
Yeah.
Bred 2 cows right before my eyes.
I mean, you guys got all set up close in there.
Incredible.
I thought it was blowed.
By the
So I
way,
started bugling. That's why I had bugling.
there's no doubt that the rut's in full swing with what
Oh,
I
yeah.
just witnessed.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
incredible. Let's go. Let's
Maybe-
come back here in the morning.
Well, they'll be here. If we just play it good again.
Okay.
As a true trophy elk hunter, increasing your odds to a better bull, here's what you got to do. Do not take those satellite bulls. They're tempting, but let those bulls get in there close to you, do their thing, but try to get by those bulls. Listen to that herd bull. When he's ready to come in, you'll know it. Say those sweet things. Don't push him too hard. You push that herd bull, he's gone. You bugle too severe at that herd bull, he's gone. Sweet talking, and don't overdo the sweet talking. He knows what he wants to hear. When he wants to come into you, he'll come. And get those satellite bulls out of your way. You'll increase your odds.
They were down in here last night. Coming out here. Well, they came back through here last night.
But to get set up, we gotta find him. Never give it,
How far is it?
He's only 50 yards, but
I think he is.
let's get down here.
He sounded like he was further away.
Yeah, let's get down here.
Sneak on. How's our wind?
Fine. Yeah, like 5 minutes.
If you're wondering what Steve and Abe are carrying, it's a new decoy by Featherflex. This bedded calf portrays a 100% at-ease elk. By keeping it present within your setup, you can definitely increase your odds on pulling a bull within bow range. You'll see here that even though Steve and Abe were forced into a wide open setup, the bull never once checked up on his approach. as always, Abe knew exactly what to say. And he cow and calf talked this bull right into Steve's lap. Sound of a bow, take one more look. This bull drops over 18 inches at a shot distance of less than 25 yards.
Oh, my nerves are shot.
I tell you.
Anybody says this elk hunting doesn't try your nerves.
Where
I
were
don't
you
know.
pinned down out there at?
Oh, he had me caught right out in the wide open. It's a good thing I had that decoy there. I think that took his attention off me, but
I think he was watching.
I guess the yardage, I know I had the yardage right on that elk, and the arrow was going right for his vital area, and he dropped a foot. I'm beyond myself how
Well,
I hit him that high.
I had trees in front of me, and when he popped out, if you punched him, he come around, the arrow was doing this here. And
Well, now the arrow's kind of angling down and back.
Yeah, but it's going up and down as he's running. So there's an artery under his back right there, laying on his back, and the arrow was going up and down. So it's iffy, but I think we got him. Don't worry about it.
I hope so. I hope so. If
I got one 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I guess many elk, Anyway, I hit him like that, not much blood. And all of a sudden he dumped it out, and there he was. He filled up and started spilling. So
well, I hope I
the
got
same-
that artery.
You got the same problem, I think. But we'll get him. We'll get him.
I hope. Well,
Just cool
we'll
it.
just give him time. We'll just stay here and just give him some time.
Yeah, it may take an hour or so.
Here's a little more blood. Ah, here's some blood. Here, look.
Good.
Look here.
Yep, he's opening up now. Just like I told you
Oh,
he'd do.
great. Look.
Oh, there's a log here. There's a log here. He's not far now. I don't think he's reopening up. We don't have to worry. He's down. Now we can't see him.
Right here's the arrow. I just busted off here about 75 yards from where I am.
It's a surprise I stop, I thought.
What kind of blood is that, Abe? I'm a little concerned that hit was a little high. He dropped.
Oh, he dropped big one. All I saw was just flinching down. He went.
Oh, the arrow was going to a perfect spot.
Well, you got enough underneath there to get that artery. You got to look at the artery. You got the top one long artery. You got that artery
Good,
up there.
good. Maybe we'll find some blood.
But now we drop down there. We got to find the blood. Let's go. We got to think about that blood in the tracks right there.
Blood right through here.
Yep.
There's more blood there.
Yeah, you definitely got the artery. Yeah, you definitely got it. It won't bleed nothing like that through nothing else but artery.
It's, you can see, look,
You
there's
got
more
it.
blood there.
Oh, you got it. Let's just go recovery this time.
Oh.
You got it.
I hope.
You don't worry about it.
Right up through here, look more.
You got it. You sound better.
There's good blood right through here. Good blood. Good. You know, I didn't hear him go down, but
He's up there. You just stay on it. I'll follow back there. You can cheer that.
right through here.
Keep the car.
He's still bleeding good. He's bleeding. Good blood.
Hey, Steve, look up there.
Is that him?
There you are.
All right. All right.
Yeah, boy.
You were right.
Oh, sure.
Dave, you're always right.
No, not always. Made it
Oh,
up.
what? I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Took a while, didn't it? Got him.
I can't believe it, Abe. Finally did it.
You didn't?
I'm telling you.
You're losing faith here, boy.
Oh, he's beautiful.
You got you a nice 4-point bull there.
1, 2, 3, 4 points.
We're all the way.
Oh, he was so beautiful walking down through there, too.
Well,
Gorgeous.
I tell you, when this arrow, when he came out behind those trees, I couldn't see him when you shot.
Uh-huh.
And you got all worried about that hit. When
I
seen
was
him-
worried. It was so high.
When I seen that arrow going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, and he clipped it off, and we got some blood, and then we got patient, and we waited, and it paid off.
You're right. We got his artery.
I got it.
He dropped a foot or more
Oh.
when I shot, and I know that the arrow was going right, perfect for his vitals. But man, I'll tell you, what an exciting hunt! You know, what I really was amazed about is the fact that we got in between where this bull was coming from, off the mountainside, down in the meadow. We got in between where he wanted to go, and it's almost scary how a lot of elk hunting tactics is a lot like turkey hunting.
Well,
Because, you know, if you get in between where turkey wants to go, and you can call them in much easier.
you have to realize, these guys got a nose. That's all you got to pay attention to. Keep your wind in your
You
favor.
gotta watch the wind. It's
and
incredible.
you get them.
What an exciting hunt. Well, listen, we need to go and go back and get that decoy.
Let's go get our gear, and then...
I think you left some of your gear
yeah,
and the bugle
you
tube
got-
there.
you got
Let's
that
go.
Get that decoy.
We know where he is.
As an elk hunter, there's two main calls you should learn how to use. Is the high-pitched location call and the real sweet, mellow estrus cow call. The high-pitched call is done like this right here. That's all is necessary right there to get a bull located. And then, when you get in tight and close, use this sweet sound right here. Use that call moderately. You can even throw the lost calf call in. When mama's in estrus, baby wants there, but mama don't want it.
Now, here's Don Kiske. This was his very first morning out, and already he was into a small group of satellite bulls. Abe is providing the calling from about 70 yards back. You'll hear him give some growls, bugles, and a lot of lost cow and calf talk. Just as the 5x5 was disappearing, a small raghorn appeared from Don's left. He too was working in to investigate Abe's vocalizations.
Still see him right there. Oh, man, was that exciting. There is elk everywhere in here. We came here this morning, and Abe did a locating bugle down the ridge here, and boom, right off the bat, they answered. We worked on up here, and there's a clear cut just ahead of us. And they worked right into us. There was 2 or 3 smaller bulls. He came, he circled over to my right, and when he come across, he was just out of range, 50 or 60 yards, and walking. I just didn't feel comfortable with it. And then later, another couple of small bulls come through. They're walking everywhere in here. We'll just have to get on and try them again. We're gonna go on down the ridge and try to work them again.
Just 2 mornings later, Don found an entirely different herd of elk. The bulls were larger, and the action again proved to be fast and furious.
He's close. Big herd bull, 300 yards in front of us. It's too dark. I think we ought to back off just a little bit, let it get a little bit lighter. You run right on top of us. Must not be able to see my pin good.
Just as Steve's bull had done, this bull also reacted to the shot. He drops approximately 1 foot, allowing the arrow to pass high.
Man, tell you, we started up this ridge this morning. We had 2 herd bulls coming together with their cows. We hurried up as fast as we could to try to get right in the middle of them. They caught us right out on this little logging road. They just poured out of the timber, and 2 bulls were chasing each other all over the place. And here we are, kind of right out in the open. It's a real steep incline up to him on a slope. I really can't tell you what happened. My arrow flew way right. I just don't know. We're gonna have to catch them in some blowdown. They moved right on up this valley, so let's go on after them.
In calling elk, and to get them in a state of mind of madness or rage, whichever you want to call it, is be out there at the right time of year, right in the time of the magic circle time, the breeding time, is you get him located, find out his attitude. You move down on him, you can give him a lip ball, you can use him a slurping sound, use a glunking sound on him, mainly the slurping sound like this right here. That's an old bull that's chasing a cow around when she's in estrus and she's giving these sounds off. Now, if your bull gives you an attitude of rage at you, comes at you and just screams and bawls, then you can get back into the state of doing more like this. But don't crowd him too close. Let him be the one that will move on you. If that don't happen, give him a little more push. It'll work for you.
With all of the luck and encounters Steve and Don were having, I couldn't wait for my chance at some of these red feather bulls. My plan was to work the drainage until I found some hot sign. I was using a new call this evening by Mad. It's called the extender tube. It expands from 7 to 27 inches, allowing for unmatched mobility. It didn't take long, and I was into a huge herd of elk, right in the middle of the Enos Ranch. Once again, the sheer number of elk on Red Feather was just amazing. This was only a fragment of the main herd up ahead. I had to sit tight, however, and let these small bulls and cows pass before moving in on the main herd.
It's right at the last bit of evening. We're trying to get in right close to the edge. Hopefully get one with that bow.
Sometimes too many elk can actually be a problem, especially when attempting a stalk. One of these feeding cows smelled me and thus bumped the whole herd.
He's still bugling down there. There's no need chasing him all night, though. We'll come back in the morning and work him. We've been on him for about 2 hours. We started out back on an irrigation ditch. Just worked it. We kept seeing more and more signs. Finally, we started hearing some bugling in the distance. We got in, started getting real close to him. Started hearing cow talk, saw cows 2 or 3 times, and this is a big herd bull. Here he goes again. He's bugling again. He's a real big herd bull. And he's got about, I guess, 5 or 6 different satellites. He had 2 little spikes with him. We got in between the big herd and the small herd, got right in on the spikes. They were standing there looking at us, couldn't figure out what our calling was. And finally, all the elk congregated out in this meadow. We tried to get to the edge, tried to get over here. We were going to do some cow calling, but it just didn't work. One of the cows put her nose up. We had a little bit of a backdraft, hit me in the back of the head. He's still bugling. I'm going to let him go. Maybe come back in the morning or something. You don't always have to get one to have a good hunt. This was awesome. Whew. I'm going to head out this way. We got a nice herd bull out in this pasture. Taking these cows this way. We got to get up in front of them here, and hopefully they'll come into our timber when they're done feeding this morning.
The following morning, I left the Enos Ranch and headed for Connor Creek. Arnie had continued scouting while we were hunting, and he located a herd of cows with 2 or 3 bulls using the same pasture and small strip of timber every morning. It sounded like a good idea to me, especially after I had bumped the Enos herd the evening before.
There's cows. They're coming over the top. 2 cows.
It took only a few minutes to get ahead of the small herd and into a position close to the timber's edge. Now all I could do was hope that the cows and bull would pass within my bow range. again, these elk were proving that their reflexes were just as sharp as a white-tailed deer. Nearly every shot we took during our hunt ended up high. If we learned one thing at all from our experiences, it was to aim low and compensate for the drop. Times you get 2 shots at nice bulls within about 5 minutes, less. I missed him too. I shot over him. What am I doing? Not tucking my pin low enough or something. That first bull went through, and I shot over him. I shot too high. And he looked like he ducked a little bit. This one looked like he ducked. I shot right over both of them. Not tucking my pin low enough or something. Well, let's see if I can find my arrows. That hurts. First one drove right into the ground. See if I can find the other one. Here's arrow number 2 from the shooting gallery. What a morning. It's going to be a morning I won't soon forget. 2 bulls, both within my effective shooting range, and I missed them both. It just goes to show you, you can practice all summer long and shoot that target and shoot that target and shoot that target, but when you get out here on live animals, whether it be a deer or elk or whatever it is, it's different. I mean, you combine the nerves in with it and just the overall excitement of everything that's going on, especially on a big bull elk. I just missed. I shot too high. Shot right over both of them. These elk will humble you. I know that much. I think I'm done for a while. Part of it, I guess. Part of it.
Being successful, using tactics. I use a lot of tactics, but mainly getting in close to bulls, you got to keep your wind in mind. And I use a puffer. That keeps everything in your control. Once you've used that, you're getting in tight. You use cow calls, slurping sounds, the sounds that they make, thumping the ground. You got the cover. That's mostly how I've been successful. Read your bull, give them what they want to hear, and don't overdo it. If there's cow calls talking, you talk cow calls. And you'll be successful. Give them what they want to hear, and don't give them too much of it. And keep the wind in your favor.
Now here's Jay Gregory. By the time he started hunting, the mountain temperatures were dropping and the elk rut kicked into full swing. Just when myself, Steve, and Don thought we had seen it all, the big boys started to materialize. Jay's call choice this evening was Abe's Dominator bull call.
huge herd bull up here. Now these cows are down here in this meadow, and half of them are up above. He's chased them all over the place. We're gonna try and slip down in this low area and try and catch him coming by us. He's running them all back down here to us. If we could just slip up a little farther, we might be able to catch him.
About now, Jay was sure wishing that he would have had a mouth call in. These voiced deer grunts and bleats didn't do much for stopping this awesome bull. This is a good point. Always have a mouth call in and ready because you never know when you're going to need it. This monster class bull, along with all of the other respectable animals we had seen during our hunt, was proof that Red Feather's management program was working. If you think that Arizona and New Mexico are the only places to kill P&Y bulls, think again. Even Abe, who's hunted just about everywhere, said that Red Feather for all-around elk hunting was one of the best places he had ever seen.
No nerves left. That was the biggest bull I've ever seen. I tell you what, after seeing what Steve did the other day, I learned my lesson about shooting at a walking animal, and I just couldn't get him to stop. God knows I tried. I did everything but scream at him, and he just would not stop. I had him 40 yards. Oh, that just makes me sick, but I just couldn't take a shot like that at him walking, not that kind of animal, not at any animal. Oh, if he'd have just stopped. I'll tell you what I did tonight. We come in an area we hadn't been in we hadn't been in here all year, and we slipped in here, and we thought we heard a cow calling down here over the hill. We slipped up here and we saw a cow, and then we saw this huge herd bull down here chasing them all. And the cows kept trying to go up the hill, and he didn't want them up there. He kept going up there and trying to herd them back down, and I was all for it. I was rooting for the bull to win, but he didn't. He got down here once, and he almost gave me a perfect opportunity, and then he got the last cow, and I'm not sure, maybe one of the cows saw me draw on him, but they just wanted to keep going up the hill. There was a smaller satellite bull on top of the hill, too. I tell you what, we still got probably a half-hour light, but I think I'm going to go ahead and back out of here and try and come back in tomorrow morning. I don't want to push him out of the country. And if I go up there and I make a mistake and the wind changes or something, they'll be out of here and they won't be back tomorrow. So I'm going to back on out of here and probably not get a whole lot of sleep tonight, and maybe come back and try it again tomorrow. I'm going to go back down here and get my bow and get out of here.
Minutes later, Jay ran into this lost calf. Listen to how close Abe's stimulator cow call sounds like the real thing. Watch closely and you'll see mossy oak camo work its magic. This lost calf actually jumps over Jay's legs. Amazing! It took Jay about 3 days to find the elk he had left that evening. He discovered the rut had definitely kicked in and the elk were going crazy. He decided to keep up with the herd, which eventually led him off of Red Feather and into a 30 square mile wilderness area. Once Arnie had explained a good route in, he and Abe headed out to try and bring back a bull.
That's how close I need one to hit it. 3 yards. Yes. He's going down.
I knew I had to stop him right there or you were in trouble. So I squeaked at him, he bolted right to the deal.
Count the steps. I shot right underneath that branch.
I knew I had to stop him there for you. I just read the distance and just stopped him. He goes, whoa!
Yeah, I hit him perfect too. Yeah, I hit him real low and
5-5,
all
ain't
the
he?
way through.
Nice 5?
I don't know. I didn't even look at the rack. I just
Good
saw
boy,
it coming.
good boy, good boy. That's a new one, see? We ain't bothered him.
Right.
He just come a-screaming, didn't he?
Boy, you're not kidding. I tell you what we did. We've been hunting that flat ground down there. And I got the ruts come on, and these big bulls will pull these cows up here in this nasty stuff.
You like him close,
It can
Jay?
be so easy, but it can be so hard, and this week has been real hard.
You like him close, Jay?
Oh boy,
Now you know what I was like when I had him at 5 feet.
I bet. By golly, it's not much farther than 5
Oh,
feet.
Jesus. Rough, here he comes. That herd bull's still out there.
Yeah. How big a bull was that? I didn't
This
know.
he had a nice rack.
Did he?
I couldn't see him at Gooby's nice rack. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go take a peek.
He did. I heard him go down.
Once again, Jay's Mossy Oak passed the test as this bull charged to within 5 yards. Combine Abe's calling, Jay's camo, and one mad 5x6 bull elk, and it all adds up into one of the best wild elk sequences ever captured on film.
Come across here. He's bleeding out both sides.
You ain't got far to go.
No, this is the most exciting part of the whole thing right here.
You couldn't be far from here. He's pushing her out of there now, man, for us. Yeah, we're getting up to business, man.
You on last blood, Abe? Smell elk, Abe.
Really? You're close.
There he is. There he is.
Hey, man. All right. This has been a tough one. Right behind you.
Jeez.
Jay, I'll tell you something. You deserve this elk.
It's about time.
You've
Boy,
been
what
working your butt off all week.
It's been a tough hunt. Boy, is he beautiful.
And we got in these bulls this morning down there, had to completely circle them, and then circle them, and then
And that stuff we were in was
And it-
so thick you
and-
couldn't even walk through it.
I thought it was making too much noise. I was over cow calling, but I had to. But boy, when we cut that herd bull a little bit, this boy come screaming to us.
Boy, that was beautiful.
And you put that arrow in there, picture perfect, 5 yards.
That's how close I need him.
I had
That's what I like to
I
have.
tooted just perfect, stop him. I said, I hope it's right.
I thought he was going to run over me. I really did. He was coming up through there, and I was at full draw. And if he, that
I
was the
was-
most exciting thing I've ever.
Well, I tell you,
Unbelievable.
elk hunting's unreal. I mean, when you call them and you work at them, you always come back.
That
And
is
he's
just
got a little tit to make him a 6. I think that might be legal. I don't know.
That's all right. We'll call him a 5. It's fine.
Well, we ain't got too far to get him out of here.
No, not too bad. We'll mark this with ribbon on. Take some of our stuff out
Yeah.
and come back in. Go
Let's
get some
take all our stuff out and get the tag on him here. Get the tag on him first. I should.
Do those bulls, when they get their cows, I mean, we were hunting the lower stuff. We weren't seeing that many big bulls. We come up here in this real thick stuff, and all of a sudden we start seeing bigger
This
bulls.
is where they're at. This is where they're at. This is where the action is. You got to go where the action is. If you don't go where the action is, you're going to be down there just beating your feet up. Let's get this stuff out of here and get him out of here.
Okay, let's put this log back at camp.
Well, it's been a long ride, but it's been a beautiful one. Oh, the horses are great.
So what you think of that wilderness hunt?
Well, I tell you what, I never seen so many elk, and we didn't see any hunters. It was unbelievable. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed that, and I finally got one close enough I could get a good shot at it, too. That's how close I need them. This has been an unbelievable week. How big is that area we were hunting up there?
Oh, we got about 30 square miles up there.
Boy, that, along with all the private ground you've got, this is a hunter's paradise, no
A
doubt.
lot of bulls around.
Your accommodations have been super. This has been a dream hunt all week. It's been great. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
All in all, our trip to Red Feather was a huge success. In just more than a week's time, we had killed 2, missed 4, and seen countless others come oh so close. I recently spoke to Arnie, and he informed me that his 14,000 acres had grown to 24,000 private acres. Presently, he is booking bow and rifle hunts for the upcoming season. If you're at all interested in a hunt, give him a call, and he'll be glad to talk with you more about Red Feather's programs and pricing. The following hunt was captured by Springfield, Oregon native Wayne Endicott. This hunt was one of 3 Wayne submitted to Abe's National Hunt Contest. Wayne's footage was chosen from dozens of submittals nationwide. For his efforts, Wayne will collect a New Mexico hunt with Abe, and his footage was made part of Elk Madness. If you're interested in submitting footage to next year's contest, call Abe at the number listed. Congratulations, Wayne, on a job well done.
Think Dwayne. Not that tough.
I'm Mark Drury, and as always, I thank you for making Drury Outdoors a part of your hunting season.